Okay, hi. Welcome to the most unhinged thing I've done in 6 months. I parked Jolene 3 miles from here. I grabbed my phone, my flip-flops, and I walked to the ocean. That's it. That's the whole plan. There is no plan. I've been driving for 11 days straight, and I needed to see something that wasn't a highway. So, here we are. You guys always ask me, every single week in the comments, Mia, don't you miss having a normal life? And I always say no, because I mean it. But today I drove past a suburb, kids on bikes, someone mowing their lawn, a golden retriever just sitting in a driveway, not going anywhere, just sitting. And I thought, that guy gets to just sit in his driveway. And then I thought, I get to do this, so I think we're even. I grew up landlocked, like embarrassingly landlocked, middle of nowhere, Idaho. The closest thing to an ocean was a reservoir that smelled like fish and regret. And then I started driving, and one day, first time I ever saw the actual ocean, I pulled over on the side of PCH and sat there for 40 minutes. Couldn't move. Dispatch called me 4 times. I didn't pick up. That was 2 years ago. I've never fully recovered from the ocean, honestly. Every time I see it, I feel like I owe it something. Can I say something that's gonna sound insane? Sometimes I talk to Jolene more than I talk to actual humans in a week. And that should probably concern me. But it doesn't. Because Jolene never tells me what to do, never has opinions about my life choices, and always gets me where I'm going. That's a better track record than most people I know. I'm joking. Mostly. Okay, real talk. You want to know the worst part of this job that nobody talks about? It's not the loneliness. It's not the bad weather or the sketchy rest stops or the time I ate a gas station burrito at 2 a.m. in Nevada and deeply regretted it. It's the parking. It's always the parking. I once spent 45 minutes circling a truck stop in Missouri looking for a spot. 45 minutes. And then a guy in a Honda Civic took the one open space. A Honda Civic. In the truck section. Sir, what are you doing? I was so tired, I genuinely considered crying. Instead, I ate a granola bar and narrated the whole situation out loud to myself like a nature documentary. British accent and everything. And here, in her natural habitat, the exhausted trucker faces her greatest predator, the man in a sedan who cannot read signs. People always ask if I get scared, out there alone, at night especially. Honestly, sometimes, yeah. There was this one time outside Elko, Nevada, 1 a.m., I heard a weird noise under the truck, and I had to get out, alone, in the dark, in the middle of nowhere, with a flashlight, and check. And the whole time I was under there, I was just talking myself through it, out loud, full sentences. It's probably nothing. It's fine. You've done scarier things. You once parallel parked an 80,000-pound vehicle on a San Francisco street. You can handle a weird noise. Turned out to be a grocery bag caught in something. I drove the next 3 hours talking to that grocery bag like it personally offended me. Okay, I want to say something real for a second, and then we'll go back to being funny, I promise. Some of you have been watching since literally the beginning, from when it was just me with a terrible camera and no idea what I was doing, and I called the channel Mia Drives Stuff because I couldn't think of anything better. I never expected anyone to actually care. I thought maybe my mom would watch. That's it. And now there are people messaging me saying they changed their career because of this, or they took the trip they were scared to take. Or they just felt less alone on a really hard day. I don't know what to do with that information. It's too big for me to hold, but I wanted to say it out loud at least once, somewhere beautiful, so it counts. Thank you, from every cell in my body. Okay, Feelings. Acknowledged, stored away, moving on. Let me tell you about breakfast this morning because it was a journey. I cooked eggs on my hot plate in the sleeper, which is fine, I do it all the time, except I miscalculated the oil situation and the smoke detector went off. At 6 a.m., in a truck stop parking lot, with 17 other trucks parked next to me. I'm sitting there in my pajamas, waving a towel at the ceiling, eggs burning, smoke detector screaming, and I look out the window and there is a trucker in the next spot just staring at me. Deadpan, coffee in hand, not helping. I gave him a thumbs up. He gave me a thumbs up back. That's trucker solidarity. That's community. Cold. Very cold. Nobody told me. False advertising. We're still friends. We're fine. It's fine. Here's the thing about this life that I keep trying to explain to people, and I never quite get it right. It's not about being brave. I'm not brave. I get scared all the time. It's about the fact that the road doesn't care who you are. The highway doesn't know your history. It doesn't know what you failed at or who was mean to you in high school or what you're worried about. It just goes forward. And when I'm driving, I go forward too. And everything else falls behind. Literally, in the rear view. I think that's why I do this. Not because I'm running away from something, but because forward is the only direction that makes sense to me. Plus, the sunsets are incredible, and the pay is decent, so... Do you think this shell misses the ocean? Like its whole life it was in the ocean, and now it's just on the sand. Okay, that got dark. I was not expecting that from a shell. Let's move on. Someone in the comments last week said, and I love you for this, Mia, you are the main character of your own life, and I'm obsessed with you. I screenshotted that. Looked at it for maybe too long. Because here's the thing. Everyone is the main character of their own life. That's just how life works. But most people forget it. They spend so much time as the supporting character in someone else's story that they forget they have their own. You have your own. I know that's a lot from a woman who was just yelling at the temperature of the Pacific Ocean, but I stand by it. I have nowhere to be until tomorrow morning. Do you know how rare that is? There's always a load, a deadline, a way station, a fuel stop. But right now, I am just a person on a beach with sandy feet and flat hair and yesterday's mascara still somehow hanging on. Honestly, that mascara deserves a sponsorship at this point. It's been through it. Okay, I have to go back. Jolene needs fuel and I need a shower. And tomorrow I'm headed north and it's supposed to rain, which means the next video is going to involve me saying the word visibility approximately 40 times. You're welcome in advance. But I wanted you to be here for this. I always want you here for the good stuff, the real stuff. This is as real as it gets for me. Ocean, no plan, bare feet, talking to a phone on a stick. This is the whole thing. This is it. Okay, Jolene, I'm coming back. Don't be dramatic. Subscribe if you want to watch me figure it out in real time. I genuinely have no idea what I'm doing, but the view is incredible.